This is a presentation for the unit culminating activity for the ABQ course of Intermediate English. The novel that I have chosen to generate this assignment is a dystopian fiction meets sci-fi novel called The Game by an Ontario author named Terry Shute. I think that it's very important to pay homage to lesser-known local writers in the classroom, and that is something that I have tried to do within this unit. There will be a lesson where we will video conference with the author. The idea behind this is to break down the barrier between author and reader, and to build a sense of community beyond the school. The unit will aim to elicit many of the skills and principles underlying the language curriculum. Students will be required to compare the society depicted in the novel to their own to generate meaning. The probing questions about the role of formal institutions and value of personal skill acquirement will motivate critical thought and allow students to make personal connections to the text. Within this unit, students will read and demonstrate an understanding of a variety of literary, graphic, and informational texts using a range of strategies to construct meaning. The lessons all include some element of technology. We are looking at YouTube videos, we are looking at songs, we are looking at historical articles, we are also looking at a range of pictures and artwork to construct meaning and to try to isolate authors or artists' voice and authors or artists' point of view. There are 4 major projects within this unit that call on students to generate, gather, and organize ideas and information to write for an intended purpose. Students will do this when they conference with the author. They will also do this for a main article. They will do this for a commentary piece. And finally, they will do this for their culminating e-zine activity. Students will use speaking skills and strategies appropriately to communicate with different audiences for a variety of purposes. Students will be required, after we've done a few lessons on determining meaning within media texts, they will be required to do a scavenger hunt of their own and find a piece of media that speaks to one of the themes that we've isolated as a group within the text. They will then present their piece to the class as a community circle type of setup. They will show their work, and then they will explain the point of view of the author and the voice that is coming through and how it relates to both the theme in the novel and the theme in greater society. They will also use speaking skills and strategies appropriately in video conference with the author and within discussion, which will be assessed through anecdotal notes. Within this unit, students will be asked to demonstrate an understanding of a variety of media texts. As explained in the last photo, they will do this through a variety of assignments. I created a variety of assessment and evaluation tools along with a student questionnaire. The writer's checklist is something that students can use within their reader's notebook, which will serve as a journal for bellwork purposes and for tracking their growth as the unit progresses. An editing checklist has also been included for student and peer use so that they know what is expected of a good piece of writing for the major pieces. The presentation rubric is for the presentation of their selected media that speaks to the themes we outline as a group. The commentary and main article checklists and rubrics are for those articles that they will be using in their e-zine. The main article checklist is a little bit more robust than the commentary. Finally, the e-zine rubric will actually be created in Lesson 10 by the students. If you go to Lesson 10 within my unit, you will see how this is scaffolded into the assignment. The student questionnaire, which will be done in Lesson 12, is set up to be done online with students. I am using a variety of learning strategies. I'm using Jigsaw, Community Circle, I'm using bell work, I'm using small groups, we're doing a graffiti exercise, but my favorite collaborative or small group learning strategy is this one. It's 6 hats. So you divide students into 6 groups, and each one has to state their view, but through the lens of the hat. So, for instance, the yellow hat thinks about the values and benefits only and why something might work, whereas the black hat is the pessimist, cautions and difficulties where things might go wrong. The blue hat is great for a student who is a strong leader and who really likes to be in control of situations. So I've outlined that Howie, from my class profile, would be an ideal candidate to be in the blue hat group because of his eagerness to participate in classroom activity, but also because of his strong leadership skills. Within the unit, I have included quite a few anchor charts that will be up for students to refer to. Many of them have success criteria. This one that I've put up does not. And actually in lesson number 10, when students create their rubric for the e-zine activity, they develop success criteria for the e-zine in general. Along with the assessment strategies and assessment pieces that I spoke about earlier, I do place a heavy emphasis on learning skills. This is a copy of the anecdotal notes that I would use to track small group activities, discussions, and independent learning time within the classroom. I've got a spot for each student at the top, and then at the bottom I've just cut and pasted the learning skills portion of the Ontario curriculum. Within this unit, it is clear that we transition from the traditional classroom with desks to a more open space and treat it as a community. This is for discussion purposes. I really believe that the collaborative process requires that we change the classroom up to suit the activity that is being done. And so there is an emphasis on that within the classroom. As mentioned earlier, there is an element of technology in every single lesson. Some are the use of YouTube to explore meaning within text. In other cases, we've used platforms such as Note app to collaborate on different themes within the novel. We are using SurveyMonkey at the end to generate a student questionnaire. We are also using Skype to do a video conference with the author. The e-zine is being generated by a platform called JUMag, which transforms PDF files into online magazines or e-zines. The amount of technology that is being facilitated through this unit is quite heavy, but I do think that aids in the ability to engage students and also enables an element of what is needed for 21st century learners. This is just a screenshot of the Culminating activity final product. So I have established a magazine called The Game, and students will add their own issues once they're generated into the folder or under the magazine as new issues. I really enjoyed putting this project together and putting this unit together, and I hope that you enjoy it.